Well, very good morning to you and to Stephanie, and of course to the viewers. Indeed, we actually here at the Chris Hani, I beg your pardon, at the Thomas Gobi Memorial Site in Boksburg, where we expect the President Jacob Zuma to actually lay wreaths in honor of the great stalwart who unfortunately was assassinated 24 years ago. We're also seeing the mayor there, Mzwandile Masina, also to lay wreaths as well. We also have the SACP as well, also attending the event today, and also ANC members that we've seen actually trickling in, and officials from the city of Ekurhuleni. And now from the city of Ekurhuleni side, we do know that they have named this as Chris Hani Week, somewhat commemorating the fallen hero there. Also, we know that Chris Hani stood for 3 H's, namely hunger, housing and health as well. But I'm actually joined by Solly Mapaila of the SACP, who will actually take us through the memories of Ubab Chris Hani there, what they remember Chris Hani for, and what lessons they actually have drawn from this great fallen leader. Solly, thank you so much for joining us on ANN7. Just first question, we commemorating Ubab Chris Hani 24 years since he was brutally assassinated. What lessons has the organization, the Tripartite Alliance, actually drawn from Ubab Chris Hani?
We can draw much more lessons of selfless service to the people that he demonstrated throughout his political involvement, level of courage to confront wrong things, and unifying the movement across the board, whether it was in the camps, in the party, in the ANC. That kind of posture remains important, basically elevating revolutionary discipline and being outspoken against wrong things, so that the movement should continue to become an important example of the people that it leads, that without the example of leadership as a revolutionary movement, we are unable to carry the masses with us. So that's one of the major lessons that we can learn from Comrade Chris. But of course, to the extent that his views about the future South Africa, that is a socialist South Africa, is the legacy that primarily the Communist Party is much more concerned about. That's the future wherein all forms of exploitation by the capitalist system and the capitalists in this country would have ended. The people, the workers, will enjoy the benefit of their work across the board, and therefore will have full equality amongst people in the country. That's what he actually stood for. That one remains an inspiring example that we should continue to fight for as a Communist Party.
Just lastly, because I don't want to keep you, the service has actually started. Hani's memorial comes at the backdrop of strained relations between the alliance partner, namely the ANC and the SACP, as we know that the SACP has come out asking for President Jacob Zuma to step down, and we're here commemorating, Hani. And would we see a unified alliance today?
That's our posture. Our posture is that it was not to use this occasion to divide ourselves. Hani was a member of all these organizations, and we don't want to put the family in a difficulty to choose, even between us and the ANC or even our government. This is the government that is inscribed on the base of his blood, and therefore this is the government that he fought for. So there should be no choice in that regard. But at the same time, we're saying that should not mean that we can't raise critical issues that confront us. All the time in this platform, we raise the issues that confront us so that we can find common solutions to them. So we'll make it as respectable as possible so that the family continues to feel comfortable in the main, but without denouncing his own legacy and posture on critical questions facing the working class and our revolution as a whole.
So no political mudslinging, because we've seen in time past that memorial services were used as platforms for political bashing or grandstanding, if one may call it.
There's no something like that. For instance, I've listened to the president speaking about this particular question at the memorial of Comrade J.B. Marx. The president spoke a little bit a critic of the Communist Party, and we took it kindly and we engaged him. We didn't take it negatively. It was at the memory of our stalwart, Comrade J.B. Marx. So it depends. It should not be used when it suits others. When it doesn't suit them, then they change tune. The issue is that political memorials, the memorials of our leaders are political memorials. There will be political speeches, obviously cemented around revolutionary principles, one of which is the principle of unity and unity in action. So that part and introspection and self-introspection continues to be part and parcel of the revolutionary ethos. We can't deviate from that. But I fully agree on the fact that we should not use this platform to attack one another, but to raise elevate critical issues that we should mobilize society about, remains an important platform.
Thank you so much for your time. Maybe not keep you, and we'll see you later on. Okay. Thank you so much. Well, Stephanie and Gil, that was Solly Mapaila of the SACP. They're just saying that, platforms like this, like Chris Hani's memorial, should not be used as platforms for political bashing, as we've seen in time past at recent memorial services in and around the country. But we do know that, Hani also, reflected or actually stood for organizational discipline. So it would be quite interesting to actually see what those speakers are going to be addressing the crowds with, namely the president of the country, President Jacob Zuma, the first citizen of Ekurhuleni, Mzwandile Masina, and also SACP's Solly Mapaila. But let's just leave it here for now. The service, I beg your pardon, or the memorial service has actually started, so we'll just be actually rushing to that. Back to you in studio.